Hey, 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 y'all. We are live from Ghana. I know it's crazy, right? So the lighting is not ideal. the, the connection may not be ideal, but we're going live anyway. So the second half of the program, we actually have some videos that we were able to capture just from the first 3 days alone. So we've been welcomed by community, by elders. It's just been so beautiful. Afua from the Adafua, the African Cultural Arts Center founder and visionary. She's pulled together these African cultural excursions for years, and she's come multiple times. So she's built these deep relationships, and so I feel like you're just, it's a safe environment. um I'm 3 days into a 30-day adventure, so I don't have conclusions. What I have is, exuberance about what we've experienced thus far. I have a few little recordings, little samples of people who've shared with us. But what we're doing together, and I get to bring this to you, is we're discovering the transformative power of the African continent. And this isn't about coming to Africa and going on a safari, although we will go on a safari. It's so much deeper than that. When you go with a group of women, first of all, there's an energy around sisterhood, family. And that was one of the things that you'll hear from our host. He said, when our people come home, you're automatically family. We're here to also participate in a wedding. And the woman is from Seattle. Her parents are from Seattle. She met her husband here in Ghana. He's planned the entire wedding. And they describe that as a community event. So when a wedding happens, the community shows up to support the couple. When a funeral happens, whether you knew the person or not, you show up to support the family, to really nurture them on their journey. So that's kind of the energy that we felt just in the first few days. So it's been pretty incredible. I can say that. So I have this beautiful presentation, which I can't share with you because of technology. But what I will share is some of the insights from that. And then we'll be able to bring the beautiful imagery in another time. Some beautiful pictures of Africa, African people. It's lovely. It really is lovely. Um, and you just, again, technology has not allowed me. I can barely get myself here, so the presentation didn't happen. So what we're going to be talking about is like a few things. Again, we'll be sharing our story along the way, but why should everyone experience Africa? That's kind of the question number one. Why should you experience Africa? There's four answers. There's four pieces of the puzzle that we're going to talk about today. One is you get to expand your world view. I've traveled I've probably done many, many, many cruises. We did a transatlantic cruise. We've traveled to Spain and London and Portugal and Paris, Italy, Sicily, right? Venice. But I've always wanted to come to the motherland. This is like my dream. This is my definition of living powerfully, is really stepping into my own culture. So do I have a worldview? Of course I do. I've worked and lived in two foreign countries as a professional. When I was with IBM, I lived in Mexico City and I lived in Rio, Brazil. So, caste society for sure. You have the haves and the have-nots. It was a very extreme in a number of ways, but definitely broadened my worldview. But coming to Africa is a whole nother experience. The fact that we have 30 days here is just such a blessing. The itinerary is rich. I shared that last week. But again, why should you visit? Why should you join us on this journey? Why should you support this work of Adafua and the community building that she's doing? You get to expand your worldview, right? Africa has a diverse range of cultures and landscapes and people and experiences that really challenge your perceptions, broadens your view of life in general. That's powerful. More to come. You get to connect with history. You actually get to discover ancient civilizations. We're going to be visiting these historical sites, things that have shaped both the legacy of this continent, but our legacy as well, our history. As Black people, as people in general, we know this is where humanity began, right? The oldest human was here in Africa. So being here, being able to connect with history is beautiful. Of course, embracing nature. So, there's all kind of beautiful waterfronts and tropical forests and all kind of savannas and mountains and all kind of wonderful things here on the continent, pristine beaches, which we're going to visit as well. So I could not be more excited, proud, and delighted to be here. And this is the fourth. Again, there's so many reasons, but we're just talking about a few today. Inspire your soul, right? Like being in a space of this warmth, the resilience of a continent that has been colonized. But if Ghana was the first country to gain its independence. So if you think about that resilience, that energy and history, right? Leaving, us feeling anything is possible. Like there's a refreshing energy. We visited a school today. I think they call it the Freedom School, and we'll talk more about that in detail. I'll provide links and all kind of things. But they were talking about really sharing with youth and the families, clear philosophies around transformation, or what it takes to be a leader, how to think, right, independently. They talked about uniting Africa as one nation. So there's just so much energy and beauty in a community I'm inspired truly. And there's more to come. Again, this is day 3 of a 30-day experience. So I couldn't be more excited. So why should you all experience Africa? Expand your worldview, connect with history, embrace nature, and inspire your soul. I have to admit, I have this beautiful presentation. You'll see this later. You get a chair. So there's a number of things. Like we talked about reconnecting with our ancestry. For African Americans, of course, it can be a deeply moving experience because I think as early as tomorrow or maybe the next day, we're going to be, walking in the path of some of our ancestors who were part of the slave trade. So there's all kind of elements of that. I can't wait to have the experience. But tracing our roots and reconnecting to that again, not the pain of it, but the resilience of it. People who've come on this trip with the FUA have come and they've done it multiple times because they're like, I need more. So having a cultural immersion. So we're talking to locals, we're connecting with locals. This isn't just like a touristy experience at all. We're eating their food, right? You're having the brief power outages. That's like, hey, that's kind of daily life. Very brief in the hotel that we're in. I have to admit, I'm in this. I'll call it the presidential suite. For us, it's very nice. It's very nice. I have to admit, but that's not the norm. So I'm kind of you know, I say I'm ghetto and bougie, I'm gougie. I understand what it means to walk the walk, but I've just already experienced this sense of belonging, this clarity around like they are welcoming you. I got these black Ghanaian cheekbones, this deep complexion, right? So I know my people are here. One of the things that I planned to do was to get the results of my ancestry from both African ancestry and from ancestry.com. Really, African ancestry is the one that was going to provide the deep. And then there was also another guy here, the deep, down to your tribe. But then I learned anyway. That's another show and another experience because I didn't get the results in time. So there's more to come. More to come on that. I didn't do the process in time. Let me clarify that. So I still have a sense of belonging, even though I don't know the name of my tribe. Just connecting here on the continent, feeling the love, the words, the welcoming, the beauty. It's been amazing. So there is this cultural tapestry, and I'll use that language because you'll see this unique beauty. Yesterday was Sunday, and as we were driving, We went to a market, and as we were driving, those women that you see with those beautiful African, I guess you would call it traditional garb, traditional outfit, they were walking in the streets looking gorgeous. And I'm like, oh my God, I took a few pictures. But I was just really, it's a combination of me wanting to have this amazing experience and also wanting to capture it for you. So today is just, again, it's a moment of reflection. I'm providing some insights. There's a whole video of some of the welcome that we heard from people that we'll share as the second part of this show today. So you get to actually go on the journey with us. But it really, I mean, literally some of the things that you might imagine. Each country has its own unique history, and they talked about the multiplicity of languages that are spoken. Most Americans speak one language. I was fortunate enough to learn Spanish in high school and to live in Mexico and to live in Rio, where they speak Portuguese, which is similar, close enough, right? But it's hard. It's hard to actually think in multiple languages. I remember I used to watch American movies, sometimes just so my brain could turn off, right? Because if you're translating all the time, right, from the language that you were born, so you can imagine many people here speak 3, 4, 5 languages, different dialects, etc. So it's just the diverse ethnicities. The continent is just such a cultural tapestry. So I'm learning, I'm immersing, I'm asking questions, I'm just feeling the love, and I'm doing it with an amazing group of individuals that are on this journey with us. So as you think about Ghana, I'm looking at a presentation again. We'll share this with you. It's beautiful. We talk about both the historical significance of Ghana, its role, for us in the Americas, the ancestral heritage, being able to trace our lineage, but also just exploring the rich history of Ghana as a trade location, a trade vehicle. I think I mentioned not just the slave trade, but just resources in general. This legacy of these various empires. We're going to, I think tomorrow, we have multiple castles that we're going to. So I'm just looking here at the Ashanti Empire and being able to go. So cute. Thanks, Daniel. So being able to share the vibrant history of Ghana, historic castles and forts and all kind of elements are just going to be amazing. Next time you'll have this in time. Oh, how lovely! Thank you. So the other thing is there's treasures. When you think about people say you're from, we are all, from this vibrant community. Look at these kings and queens. Okay, these are our people. This is our community. And so being here, being able to just think about the craftsmanship and even the hotel we're in right now. I will do a whole walkthrough. Daniel will have some videos that we'll share with you. But I mean, I would share my room. There's a beautiful mosaic on the wall of a Black queen. Throughout the hotel, when you first walk in, there's all these beautiful wooden carvings on the walls, like these, I think they're called reliefs when they kind of come out of the wall. And then there's these beautiful statues. So I'll do a whole, but it's everywhere. The columns in the place, the restaurant that we eat, there's these intricate tiles that are golden and just, it feels like, royalty. Is that everywhere? No, the roads are horrible about 35% of the time. I got seasick today driving. So I'm not saying, oh, you're in a palace and it's a kingdom and, the roads are paved with gold. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you see what you want to see. And I want to see the culture. I want to see the history. I want to see it all, right? I see it all. So I'm not saying it's, there you go. See, was that one of my pictures? That looks like just one of my pictures. So that was like one of the images. Like, are there paved highways? Absolutely. Are there some roads that are still under development? Absolutely. So thank you so much for that. So this idea, I have two amazing producers, both Nathan, his company is called, we'll do a whole thing with Nathan. Thank you. Oh my God, I love my people so much. But this was some of the imagery, right, that we saw, like just walking through the streets, driving. Sorry, there was no walking. Actually, a little bit of walking, a little bit from the hotel to a restaurant, 3 minutes away. But it's a thriving city as well. So there are, it's metropolitan space as well. Thank you. You can keep sharing your images. Thank you very much. But there's intricate. They say the Ashanti people are renowned for their intricate, their jewelry, their kente cloth, the intricate wood carvings. Like this is kind of what they're legendary for, and that's what we experienced. But we also were driving around the city and seeing, this area that is again a developing country in a beautiful way. Tomorrow we're going to a vibrant, thank you very much. We're going to a vibrant market of Accra. They talk about it's almost sensory overload, is what they say. Bursting with colors and sounds and activities. All I really want is some more jewelry. Ding, ding, ding. And I love my silver. I do love these colors, but I'm also a nomad. I'm a, I'm living a nomadic lifestyle right now. So I'm not bringing big things. But I will be definitely exploring as much as possible handcrafted treasures that are one of a kind, right? These aren't mass produced. These are people carving, beading, doing this work in such a way. So the hubs and the markets, um, they call the markets these hubs of social interaction. It's also trade, it's socialization, it's a celebration. So I love that. Thank you so much. My God, I love you people so much. See how beautiful that is? Live from Ghana, y'all. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love my people so much. So we're going to go to Ghana, Togo, and Benin. This is another view of the market. And we were driving by. I took some images and videos from the car. Um, these are other images as well, but just being able to see it is a vibrant social part of the community, these markets. So we'll be broadcasting and videotaping live tomorrow. I finally got my money situation right. So I'm here in Africa and trying to Zelle and do these things. And so I got here on a Friday. So the bank was closed on Saturday and Sunday. So I got to talk to Chase. So now the purchasing can begin. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Not really, but kind of. Anyway, I did go to the spa day one. So I traveled for about, oh my God, like what, 15 hours? I think it was 9 hours for the first flight, 9 hours and 1 minute, and then 6 hours, I think, for the second flight, not to mention, the 5 hours of wait time in between in Amsterdam. So, and I did get these upgraded seats. So I wasn't in coach. I was in the premium seats, not quite first class, but right after first class. So kind of like business class. So the chairs were relatively comfortable, but I mean, anybody sitting for that much time, it's a lot. So I did come here day one, and my first market experience was I went to the spa. So I looked for spas near me, and I got to look at this. Yes, our hotel does have a beautiful pool, by the way, and it has been very active. But I went to a spa day one, and I was able to get a this is the truth. Y'all got to hear me on this. I have my daddy's feet. I do. I have my daddy's feet. I look down, I'm like, hey, Pops, what's up? Which means pedicures are my besties, my best friends. And I hadn't had one in a while. And I was going to get one in Amsterdam because I had 5 hours. And I was like, no, let me spend my money on the continent. Let me spend my money in Africa. So thank God I did. I swear to you, and I've had hundreds of maybe thousands of pedicures in my lifetime. That was the best pedicure I ever had. I also got a full body massage. Once again, is the best massage. And I've had massage is my thing. Like I was gonna retire and like travel around the country going from spa to spa to spa. That's still part of my plan. Like to do this this whole spa book around, the experiences. But I had the best experience. So there was a spa 3 minutes from where I am. I will go back and I'll, do some videos, etc. There's another lady here some other ladies who want to visit there as well. So I'm going back for more, but I just wanted to say, just to have a Black female do my pedicure, I didn't even have to say a word. She knew my Black feet. You know what I'm trying to say? Y'all, you understand, like the arches, I mean, I had the best pedicure. There was no question. There was no issue. She knew. It was incredible. It was incredible, from the massage to the exfoliation to the just the whole. It just felt like, oh my God! And then they make you feel so at home. Not that I haven't felt at home at other spas. That's not what I mean. But just being in a Black-owned place with the Black-owned people in the city. Oh, good. I was like, oh Lord, she knows my Black feet like no. Anyway, like I said, I got my daddy's feet, so it's not a pretty thing. But they came out looking so cute. It was really just the experience, honestly. This loving experience. This, I can't even describe it. But again, just being in the space, and then of course I had a massage afterwards. And the manager comes over and she whispers to me. She says, "Are you okay to have a male masseuse?" I'm like, "I prefer it." Are you kidding me? I love my. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Y'all are got some issues. These are my producers. They know me too well, and I am blessed to have you both. I don't know if this was Daniel or I can't read the chat, guys. So you're gonna have to help me out here. I got 5 minutes before the next break. But guys, I had a Black on Black experience at the spa, and it was incredible. 3 minutes from the hotel that we're at. We're at the new Joko Hotel, and I wish I could remember the name of the spa. It's in my phone, which I'm using to broadcast. So we will talk about them later. I will go and I will share best experience ever. My pedicurist was Linda, the massage guy. I forgot his name, but he walked out like Mandingo. I was like, let's go. I'm sorry. It's okay. Okay, I'm moving on. But it was an amazing experience. And it was this Black. I mean, it was different. God, it's getting darker and darker. Like the light is getting worse in here, but it's okay. We got 4 minutes and I'll figure out some. Oh, maybe it's this thing that's not this light. Okay. I'm using my laptop as an illumination as well. Okay. So we're going to also go to Ghana. Again, we're in Ghana right now. We're also going to go to Togo and talk about Togo as being the heartbeat of the West, of the African culture. And it's interesting because apparently when we're in Togo, Togo has a rich history of voodoo. And I don't know what voodoo is, but when we all hear it, it's like, ooh, spooky dooky wookie. I don't know what that is. But it's a spiritual practice rooted in African traditions. It says many ceremonies and rituals are performed in Togo, highlighting the connection between the spiritual and the physical realm. I have no idea what any of this means. There you go. Ghana, Togo, and Benin. This is our journey. Thank you for putting that up there. Oh my God, you guys are so wonderful. So again, I'm not afraid. Typically when I hear that, I'm from Florida. So, we're connected to the Caribbean, right? The Haitian. My mother's married to the most amazing Haitian guy ever, right? I've gone to Jamaica. I dated this Jamaican guy as well. Just saying. So I've been to Jamaica about 20, 30 times. So I love it. And I say that to say when you're in this cultural space around the Caribbean, there's all these African, rooted experiences that you can have. So have I heard of the concept? I know nothing about it. And I've typically been like, I don't know nothing about that. Not interested. I'm so interested now. Like I'm interested in learning. I'm interested in hearing. I won't be practicing voodoo or anything, but I definitely want to learn about it. I want to understand what it is. I want to understand that's what we're doing. We're having a cultural exploration. So it's going to be super exciting. Okay. So it talks about the ancient voodoo traditions, which we're going to learn about. And there's some type of voodoo what do you call it? Like a cultural festival. It's a voodoo festival or something, some annual thing, and we're going to be there during that time. So thank you so much. You see how close Ghana, Togo, and Benin is. So again, I don't know nothing, but we're going to all learn together all about this. So they talk about all these ethnic groups, which I can't pronounce, but you get it. And then there's beaches, beautiful beaches in both Ghana, Togo, and Benin. So we are going to be able to experience that as well. So lots and lots of amazing content. Again, this presentation I will share online somehow. We'll probably put a link to it in one of these videos. So there is this cultural uncovering the legacy of these various kingdoms as well. So not just having someone tell us what they heard, but like actually experiencing it from people who have passed down these beaches, beautiful beaches. And it's amazing as we're driving through Ghana, just driving through the town, there are more palm trees here. And I'm from Florida. So when I see a palm tree, I'm like, oh my God, it just feels tropical, right? You can see I'm kind of sweating a little bit. I decided to, anyway, we'll talk more about that later. So, we'll talk more about that later. So, like most hotels, you have to put your key in to turn the AC on. And so I rushed back in from our experiences today. My key, they gave me another kind of hard key, which doesn't turn the AC on. So it's a whole nother situation. So again, it's like, I got to figure that out when I get off this call. Anyway, very, very, very exciting. Peace on your journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So more to come. So we're going to talk about, I think we have to take a break in 1 minute. So when we come back, you're going to hear from the locals. There's going to be an amazing 3-part video, which I'll kick off. But they talk about the welcome. They talk about their perspective. And this is the work. This is what we want. This is a little taste of what this cultural exploration is all about. So stay with us. More to come. Live from Ghana, y'all. Stay with us.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
Rain, snow, and ice are right around the corner. King County Road Services is here to help. Check out the winter weather webpage at kingcounty.gov/roads/snow. The site has maps, closure information, helpful videos, where to get sandbags, and more. Information is available in many languages using Google Translate. Bookmark the page for winter weather alerts at kingcounty.gov/roads/snow.
Hello, listener. What's important to you about what's going on in your community? Are you interested? Are you concerned? In any case, I invite you to tune into my show, Seattle Here and Now, on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Why? I will be covering a wide range of topics important to you and impacting the community. Each show will have a special guest or guests to share with you information on a variety of subjects that are happening here and now in Seattle. I promise I will work hard to make my show informative, interesting, and entertaining. Be sure to listen to Seattle Here and Now on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Hello, I'm Tony Young, and every week I will be your guide to the music of the Fab Four with my show With the Beatles. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, those 4 lads from Liverpool. First airings are Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. with repeats on Thursdays and Saturdays from 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Tune in to catch Beatlemania.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is incredibly difficult to accrue. My mom likes to joke that we come from a long line of people who are bad at money. She always talks about wanting to buy a house so that she has something to leave her kids. I got really sick when I was a kid, and all our money went towards that. I had to leave college because I couldn't afford my next year's tuition, medical bills, and life. It's all so difficult. And then you think about wanting to leave something behind for your kids. Well, how can you leave something behind for your kids when every day you're trying to make sure that your kids have joy and happiness and health and fulfillment today? Every day I'm really concerned about if I'll be able to keep living and making art in this city for myself.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not hearing men compare women to residential real estate, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Hey, y'all. We are back live from Ghana. I'm so excited. So one thing I want to share before I take you on a journey of basically hearing a few little clips from some of the guides, some of the native voices here, the cultural and spiritual guides that are taking us on this journey. Before I share those videos, I wanted to just bring in one quick topic. So, we're in December, so we get to spend Christmas and New Year's on the continent, which means we're also going to be here for Kwanzaa. And so what I wanted to share was just one of these topics. So embracing the spirit of Ubuntu. This was shared by one of the people that I met today, and I just wanted to share it with you all. This isn't new. You've heard us talk about Kwanzaa before, but Ubuntu, it's UBUNTU. If you can write that on the screen, it's the spirit of Ubuntu, embracing the spirit of UBUNTU. It says, I am because we are. Ubuntu. I am because we are. And there are three words that are connected to this word. It's collective identity, shared responsibility, and compassionate actions. Collective identity. Ubuntu emphasizes the interdependence and the shared humanity. Is that beautiful? I am because we are. It's a philosophy rooted in the interconnectedness, where individual well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of the community. We are one. I am because we are. Collective identity. The second topic of Ubuntu, again, we're in Africa. I am because we are, is shared responsibility. And again, visiting the school today, that was probably one of the most real experiences that I had related to shared responsibility, because they're pouring into our youth, providing them with a whole different, similar to my philosophy of like this living powerfully experience. They're providing them with these, conversations around truly becoming, independent thinkers. It's a beautiful thing. So shared responsibility, it says Ubuntu promotes a sense of shared responsibility for one another. We are all interconnected and responsible for the well-being of our community. Oh my God, look how beautiful that is. I love my people. And then compassionate actions is the third topic, embracing the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because we are. Ubuntu encourages acts of kindness, generosity, and support. It emphasizes the importance of helping others and contributing to the collective good. Bam. I can stop talking now. We got a 27-minute video that you guys are going to love. So whenever you're ready to play it, I would be forever grateful. And let me say, whenever, just you can start when I'll keep talking till you start playing. But the okay, he put something in there. Let me see. Chat. I guess they don't have the video. So I guess they don't have the video. I guess. I guess they don't have the video. So I'll just keep talking. So what you're going to see in a video, if it shows up today, we will hope for the best. It's on YouTube, by the way. You can find it. That would be great. We could play it in, it's three increments. We could play whatever you can get to. So what you're going to see is we actually heard from a guide. I cannot remember his name, but they all introduced themselves. And he talks about, he basically welcomes us, but he also talks about the importance of truly um, feeling welcome. So them welcoming us is one thing, but for us to know that we are a desired part of the community, right? So he basically said that, it's, again, we only recorded a part of the conversation, but he wanted us as Americans to feel like this is home. Welcome home, right? Welcome. And so they brought us in. He talked about the um, importance of the tribal uh, names, which some of you may know. I cannot dare to touch this. I will not dare to touch the screen because I lost it completely before. So what I can say is he talked about names, and so Traci Harrell is my American name, but apparently when you come here, that they name you based on the day that you were born, the day of the week. So like if you, which could get confusing, obviously, then you add some other stuff to it at the end, I guess. But it's like, if you're born on Tuesday, there's some, I forgot what they said my name was. But and then if you're male on a Tuesday versus a female on a Tuesday, it's different. And then apparently, again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, obviously all the dates, all the names, all of them have. So again, if you have a video, just play it and I will stop talking. I cannot read the chat for my producers. Thank you all for whatever you're doing. Feel free to just play the video and I'll stop talking, but I can't read the chat on my phone. So what I was going to say is he talks about our names, and it was so interesting. Again, I'm going to figure out that whole naming thing. I'm going to ask some of the elders what that would look like for me, not only with the name, uh, the day of the week part, but there's other elements that come into the naming ceremony. So I'm gonna figure out what that is. I'm not coming back not Traci Harrell. I'm coming back Traci Harrell. But I just want to learn more. I want to learn more about the opportunity, what that looks like. We went to this school, the Freedom School, and they said that do not put my name with it. That's my English name. We're talking about my African name. We're gonna go into the Tuesday, so we'll figure it out. But thank you. Uh, For those of you who know me, even my last name is not really my last name. So my last name is the name of my mother's husband, my sisters and brothers father's last name. So I don't have a whole deep attachment, by the way, to any of my name, but I'm still not coming back as something else. But I'm just saying, what's in the name, right? A rose, by any other name would still smell as sweet. So I just want to learn more about what it would be, what it could be. But I'm still Traci Harrell. Like I said, I had that conversation with myself and Jesus a long time ago when I discovered that my last name really isn't Harrell, that my father's last name is Clay, Clay, not on my birth certificate. Whole nother story. So again, names, that's a journey. That's a story. So we will figure that out. That's going to be part of this whole cultural exploration. Again, you'll see in these videos whenever we can share them with you. You'll see in the videos that these guys talk about that. Like they go into this naming. Each of them name themselves. They talk about the day of the week. They go into this other elements of what it means. Several of them talked about, the spiritual side. Like there's something spiritual about, the strength in me and you know, so I want to I want to learn about that part, right? So this concept of like what would our names be? So that's going to be great. But when we went to the school, the Freedom School today, the guy said, you guys got to pass because we don't use Americanized, colonized names here. You guys got to pass. So we're going to let you introduce yourself with your current name. But apparently that's not how they roll. They're like, no, we are true to Africa. They're true to their heritage. They're true to, names were stripped from us as slaves. Oops, I heard something. You got the video, feel free to play it. Just interrupt me and start playing. Feel free. But if not, we'll keep going because I could tell you some of the great stuff some of the other great stuff we experienced. And what was also beautiful about this has been beautiful about this experience is I know some people who've gone on an African experience or they're like, oh, I saw some animals, right? This is not about the safaris, although we will be going on the safari. We will be, but it's so much deeper than that. What Afua has created here with this Adafua and this African culture arts center type experiences, we pay. And again, this was not cheap, but it was not expensive either. Like she called it a 3-star experience. I upgraded my room, so I'm probably having a 4-star experience here. I got a king size bed and a separate little kitchen area and a little office, a little desk there for me to do my little work. And, so apparently the other room was just a regular small room, regular standard room, I guess. So we're having a 3-star experience in general for about $3,000 this year. Includes accommodations for 30 days, includes 3 squares, meals. When I say squares, 3 meals. Does not include your airfare, which is extra. And we also upgraded our airfare because we all knew, we wanted to have a good experience the entire time. So it's been amazing so far. We're just in day 3. There are some great videos that we've already prepared, and we will continue to prepare for you to go on this journey with us. And then this is, again, for me, it has been amazing. What I wanted you to hear were the voices of other people other than me. And I promise you next week we'll have that squared out. And Daniel will have a series of videos he can choose from, whether I'm able to make this technology work or not. We will definitely make sure you guys have access to the video compilations that we're pulling together. The support that I have, one of the supporters his name is Nathan, and I don't actually celebrate him enough. This company is Sonic Star AV. I'll be even more specific in the future. I haven't given him enough this work for us. He can't predict the technology when it will or will not work in Africa. So, just team, I see that I keep blinking out. So I'm going to just keep talking and hope that it stays connected. It does keep circling. Okay, so I'm excited. Again, live from Africa. The other 3 things that we heard today, and again, I'd be lying if I said that I haven't been dreaming about coming to Africa for years. And Africa is a continent, which means every country is going to be different. So one of the things I explored was going to South Africa as well, which is much more, I guess, oh, look at it. Oh, which is much, more, I guess it's not just established, but just, it's more of a developed part of the country. But being here in Ghana is just real. Like, I feel like I'm having the most real experience possible. And to have Afua Kuyate show up and really talk about this experience for us. Afua, I have videos and stuff, but our technology isn't working. So we'll show those another time. We're going to museums today. Do you want to join us? Oh my God. Put the link in the chat if Afua wants to join us. So we're going to some museums today. Put the link to my producers, put the link to that beautiful woman Afua if you can, and feel free to join us. Afua Kuyate is the orchestrator of this entire experience. We're going to some museums today. I will be videotaping in those museums, but what I was able to capture were a few clips from the people that she had, as a part of our welcome. Again, we have these elders who are just so calm in their presence, and when they speak about welcoming us, it's like it's from the heart, it's from the soul. I've already feel transformed. The other things, oh, she's dreaming. It is 2:45 a.m. so she's allowed to sleep. It is 2:45 a.m. in Africa. So for those who might be interested, I'm here with you at 2:45 a.m. in Africa. So again, having the conversations with these elders was so amazing. So I recorded a few clips of them, but when they talk to you in such a calming way, And then it's a family affair, right? The wife of the host was making meals for us. We went to the day one. We went to a place for. We got to see these beautiful, authentic African fabrics and meet with tailors. So they're going to custom make us some things. I wasn't feeling great day one, so I got one thing, but we got lots more shopping to do. So I got this bluish color, and he's gonna create a little shirt type jacket thing for me, which I can't wait to share with you all. But again, we have so many celebrations here. We have Christmas planned, New Year's planned, but every day there's some whole new exploration that's going to happen. So I was talking about why this is so important. I was talking about kind of this. I started with the why. We just talked about Ubuntu, right? This concept of collective identity, shared responsibility, and compassionate actions. So this embracing the spirit of Ubuntu, I am because we are. That is what this experience has been, not only as it relates to the people that we're meeting, but the people that we're traveling with. So being able, I think I said this before, but being able to work with Afua, who's been in community for 40 years doing this work, 40 years at Afua, ADEFUA. And Afua Kuyate has been in community doing this work for 40 years. And so for me, I just feel like it's been a missing piece. Like I haven't allowed myself to go this deep before, to really get into the culture and to stay connected with people who we have permission to be all of us, to lean into all of our cultural glory. And so I could not be more excited to go on this journey. So this concept of Ubuntu, embracing the spirit of Ubuntu, UBUNTU, the I am because we are, that collective identity, shared responsibility, and the compassionate actions. I am living it out, right? So on the journey, I wasn't feeling well today. I kind of got car sick. The roads were really bumpy. I felt like it was, at some point, I didn't eat breakfast. I was working with Nathan on these videos that we pulled together for you all. I also had a training plan last night at 3 a.m., which is 7 p.m. I know. So I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, working. Didn't stay late hours. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but what I did do is I overslept. So because I was working with Nathan for 6 hours last night, and then long story short, it was worth it. You will see some videos that we pulled together, which are amazing. But I overslept this morning. So at 9:15, someone knocks on my door, and I'm like, I thought it was the guy for breakfast. So they've been knocking on your door saying, hey, breakfast is ready, which is super sweet. First they called down to say breakfast is ready in the restaurant. And then they knocked on my door one morning. I was like, don't knock. I don't have to get up. Right. So when this knock happened, I looked at the clock and I'm like, crap, I'm supposed to be out there. So they lovingly embraced me, sleep deprived and all, to throw my clothes on and get out the door. And then didn't have breakfast. And then I'm on this very bouncy drive when I'm doing the bounce. Right. So my stomach was like, this is not going to work out. So we stopped at a pharmacy and I got some seasickness or motion sickness pills. And so now and they cared for me. They like loved me up, and I got some crackers, and we stopped at KFC because apparently I had to eat with that. So we had a KFC experience. We've been eating very, very cultural. That was the first kind of Americanized thing we ate, simply because they said it's different here than there, and it was, right. These were tiny little regular chicken wings, and not the not the oversized, unnatural chicken that they serve in America. So it was very, very flavorful. But the fact that my ladies cared for me, they took the time, shared responsibility, compassionate actions. I didn't feel like anything other than family. So I just wanted to say that's what an experience like this does, right? You get closer to the people that you travel with. And again, I feel so safe with Afua. She's gonna make sure we have a good time. Nobody left behind, right? And I'm so glad she didn't. I was like, I think I'm gonna pass today. She's like, nope, drop the chicken. That is not part of this thing. Thank you, though. Thank you very much. We did have African KFC today, and it was delicious. That looks like the African KFC we had. Anyway, thank you. You could drop that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you. Yeah, so we did have that. I felt so much better, and it was a very loving experience. It was, the pharmacist says, don't take this medicine without eating something, or you're going to feel even worse. So we stopped, we had meals, and then that meant we got to our next destination late. So we got to the school late. And so once again, I apologized because I'm like, hey, I wasn't feeling well. They stopped for me, then we had to get food and et cetera. And the guy was so gracious. Like they waited in a non-air conditioned building on a day when the school was closed. They came just for us, and they waited. And we were an hour early before all the shenanigans. And so again, I'm just describing like an experience that basically allows you to show up and see the people that you're really with, right? Like, I ask a lot of questions, and sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. But in this case, there's no bad question, right? There's no there's just goodness. We are all choosing joy and assuming the best of each other. So it's been a very beautiful experience already. So live from Ghana we do have some videos for you, and we will have other videos for you. And I'm going to all the places, and thank you, Rainier Avenue Radio for broadcasting live with us. So there will be more. Again, our plan today was to share this presentation, which I have, which is so beautiful, as well as to share some videos. But that technology didn't happen, and we'll make sure. Again, I was kind of turning it around pretty quickly, so technology did not work for our good today. But we will have that ready for you next week and throughout the week. Like, we're going to go live various times, and we will make sure on next Monday, right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, that you will see some real experiences. And I think that's all you can hope for, is just, y'all know I'm going to keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real, and to be with Sister Queen of Kuyate on the motherland is like a dream come true. This is my Christmas present to myself. This is my definition of living powerfully. I get to truly show up. This isn't work for me to do the videos. I'm paying someone to do it because, again, that's my investment. This is me leaving a legacy, saying, hey, I want to chronicle my experience. But the fact that I get to do it with people that are just so loving and kind and wonderful is such a blessing. So that's really all I have today. There's 3 other things I wanted to share. I think I have a little bit more time. You'll see this entire presentation later, but the thing that also, are we good on time? I think we are. I think I got 3 more minutes. Yay, 4 more minutes. Good. So I got 4 topics to share in those 4 minutes. Yay. So we're going to talk about what you're going to see, and what we're going to get to share with you even more is the resilience and the strength of the African people. So if you think about this continent and think about what we've been through, this is me sweating. So only because I don't have my little air conditioner card in there. My bad. Anyway, so the resilience and the strength of the African people. So there's 4 topics. If you think about the adversity that they faced, right? Resilience is about not just going through life and everything works out well, but really enduring centuries of hardship, of oppression, of conflict, of colonialism, right? They've demonstrated remarkable resilience and strength in the face of all of these challenges. And I think that in itself says something about this resilience and the strength of the African people, right? The spirit of survival. When people wanted to truly take them out, right? Take all the resources, leave this country bare, but that didn't happen. They've adapted and innovated, and they've overcome this adversity. Another testimony or testament, right, to the unwavering spirit and the determination of the African people. So we're going to continue to go deep as it relates to our people, the resilience and the strength of the African people. This concept of cultural preservation, I think, is huge. And Afua talks about culture a lot. Culture, we'll go deeper on that another day. But despite all the challenges, despite all of the history and all the things we all know, right? African people have successfully preserved their rich culture, their rich heritage, the traditions, even the languages. They talked about all the dialects that exist, but that is also about resilience and determination. You can't wipe out people's culture. You can't wipe out if they choose to stand strong. They choose to maintain. That is so beautiful. So the cultural preservation is another element. And then this is a topic that we also amplify with the work that I'm doing with AFUA and the African Culture Arts Center, is this concept of community and unity. You can talk about community, you can talk about unity, but if you're not walking the walk, right? If you're not living it out, it's not the same. And so I've experienced that community and unity just in the few uh, days I've been here in Africa. I think the people that I typically connect with in Seattle and Florida and around the country, around the world, actually, I've done presentations all around the world. This concept of family and shared responsibility, so powerful. It has actually changed. It changes everything. So I like to say in the work that I do, this Living Powerfully experience is with positive intelligence and my transformational inclusive leadership. There's 7 levels of living powerfully. I kind of use positive intelligence as one of those kind of baseline, as it relates to thinking and how you show up, your performance, your well-being. It's just part of the journey, a small part. But I also say no matter what you're doing, you're 500% more likely to complete it when you do it in community. 500% more likely to complete any task when you do it in community. So you can see we have up here this Better Together empowerment series. I remember how every time we do this work, we say it's better when you do it together. We're getting healthier, happier, wealthier, and wiser. Well, we're using this experience to get deeper, to really go deep as it relates to our culture, our heritage, our community, focused on unity. I could not be more proud to be taking you on this journey. And all I can say is stay with us till next week. So much more to come. Live from Ghana, y'all. See you next week. Thanks.